Hi, I'm Johnny from UltimatePaperMache.com, and I got my bald eagle done. In the last video I showed you how I used the same pattern to make a bronze helmet mask, and this time I made a bald eagle. This one I put together just as fast as I possibly could, partly because I just wanted to see what it would look like if I did that. And the other reason is that the recent rain put a whole bunch of water in my basement, and so I've been doing a lot of work, taking things up and down the stairs. So in between all that work, I went ahead and painted this guy. And actually the thing that took the longest was just waiting for the paint to dry. And I actually think, even though I just really put it together fast, I think it came out rather nice. And of course, you don't have to paint yours quite as fast as I did. There are some really good YouTube videos on how to paint a bald eagle, and even though most of those are, well, all of them are painting on a canvas, you can still use all of their ideas and all their colors and paint yours and turn your mask into a masterpiece if you want to. But I was in just a bit too much of a hurry this time. Now, if you'd like to make your own eagle mask, all of the videos for the mask and the mask pattern are at ultimatepapermache.com/eagle mask. So go check those out. But before you do that, go ahead and let me show you how I painted this guy. Now you can see there's a lot of texture on the mask right now. That's because I actually painted it once before and really hated the way it came out. So I just went downstairs and found some latex primer and painted over what I had done previously. And now what I'm trying to do is just recreate that edge where when you look at a bald eagle, you can see that the white feathers come down over the dark feathers on his back. And that's what I was trying to create. So leave everything on the head just plain white, but make that kind of jagged edge where the two colors come together. And while I had the black paint out, I made the eye bigger and rounder just by painting right around the outside edge of the eye hole where we're going to be seeing out when we're wearing the mask. And there is just a little bit of a kind of a triangle pointy piece right at the very front, and eventually right around this black stripe there's going to be a yellow stripe, which is really cool, but that comes almost at the very end. After the black paint on the back was dry, I went back over it with a larger brush with the white, and I'm just brushing along the edges. When you look at the eagle photographs, you can see that those white feathers that come down over the dark part, you right at the, like on the edges of those feathers, you can see the dark feathers underneath, and they're kind of transparent almost. And so that's kind of what I was trying to recreate. I wanted them to look somewhat natural, and I think it actually helped. I obviously could have spent more time on this. I could have spent more time on the whole thing, but I think in the end it came out okay. Then I mixed just a little bit of black in with the white paint and added some golden glazing liquid to make it transparent and to make it not dry so fast. And I painted over the edges of those cardboard feathers that I put on the, I guess I'm calling them ear guards, or, the things that hang over your ears so you can't see human ears when you're wearing the eagle mask. And then I used a paper towel to pull almost all of that paint off. I just wanted it to show right around the edges so that you could see that I went to the trouble of putting those feathers on. I wanted the shadow underneath that eye ridge to really stand out. And so I added a little bit of black to the transparent color and painted the shadow right underneath that big bone. And then there's also a slightly darker area of feathers around the eye, underneath the eye. And I didn't want to paint every single teensy tiny black feather that was in there, so I added the transparent color to that part and then pulled it off with a paper towel. I wasn't really excited about it the first time I tried it. I think I just took off too much of the transparent color. Just it didn't look quite right. I'm not looking for perfection. I think that's obvious here, but I wanted it to look like a bald eagle if I was standing a few feet away from the mask and looking at it. And so I just went back over that part right under the eye, painted on some more of the transparent color, dabbed most of it off again until I got it looking at the way I wanted it to. The ring around his eye was painted with Naples yellow. I put a pencil line around on both sides to show me where the beak is supposed to go, and then I tried using just the pure Naples yellow like I had with the ring around his eyes, and I got a little ways in until it was too much. It was just too bright. It didn't look like the photograph, and it didn't look at all realistic, but it was close. So I just added some white to it, and that actually worked really well. It didn't need very much. It just needed to be toned down a little bit. So I did paint most of it with just the white and the Naples yellow. And then while it was still wet, I mixed up just a little bit of raw sienna in with the mixture just to tone it down just a little bit more and deepen it just a little. And I used that for the lower beak. And then I just kept mixing things up and added, well, I guess I just kind of tried to change up the colors just a little bit on the beak so it didn't look like it was just painting it all one color. I was trying to make it just a little bit more interesting with a few slightly different tones. I really do think it came out rather nice. Now, like I said, if you want to see all of the videos that go with the eagle pattern, and if you want to see how the eagle pattern is taped together, all of the videos are at ultimatepapermache.com/eagle mask. So go check that out and then come visit me, ultimatepapermache.com. I'll see you there.